Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lockdown Life After Prison. And today's episode, I'd like to talk about three things to look forward to because it's coming if you get sentenced to some time or you get found guilty for a case or whatever, and you're preparing yourself mentally and physically to go to prison to do your time. A person wants their time to go as cool as possible. So establishing yourself is the first thing. And, a lot of people say, well, what do you do when you first go in there? Well, do you just walk up and just punch somebody or what? It's all about establishing yourself, having respect to make your time go better for you, that when you're in this hostile environment with all these wolves and people just sitting back watching every moves. When I mean wolves, it's the people that sit back and watch and they prey on the weak or this and that, or they prey on people that's never been, and they put you in a situation or whatever. So establishing yourself. I think it all depends on the man, when it comes to establishing yourself. If you get ran up on, you go to the joint and you get somebody runs up on you and runs their mouth. If you take off on them, fire on them, it's all about you. How do you want? Because everybody's watching. How do you want everybody to perceive you? Do you want people to perceive you the type of person that, hey, he might be our meal ticket for next week, or whatever? Or are you going to be that person where, they are, or a person thinks twice about putting themselves in a situation to get involved with you? Because establishing yourself is a very important factor of going in there. So you want to really stay on your P's and Q's, and you're really going to be tested on your man, as what type of man you are, and so sticking to a routine and establishing yourself is very important. The next thing I like to talk about is like when you're in there doing your time on that phone, you're calling home. You might want to call baby 4 or 5 times in one night or whatever. But the main thing is, when you call home, that puts you in a situation where now you're thinking about what's going on out there, and you're in this whole other world that's already hostile. So if you get some bad news on the phone, or you get an argument or whatever, that's only going to make your time, be harder. And I've seen more people get in fights over that phone, or people get bad news on the phone and get off the phone and go. And I've seen more fights happen over that phone than anything. So sticking to a routine is something that I strongly suggest. Call home once a week, or call baby once every couple days, or the family, whatever. Just stick to a schedule and don't let that stress you out, because you got to put it in God's hands, and you got to deal with what your environment is, and making it through to your out day and getting up out of that place so you can be out there. One of the main things to understand, and you got to understand it real quick, is the world still is going on out here just because you're in there doing time. And when you're on that phone, the stress that comes with it, calling back to back to back, burning up all that money, it's definitely going to affect on how you're doing your time and how your time's going. And like I said, everybody wants their time to go smooth. So you got to establish yourself, get in that routine, and just put everything in God's hands, because you need to worry about the world that you're in, because that world out there is going to be there when that release date comes. So establish yourself, and routine is very important. And third thing I'd like to talk about is after you do your bid, you done your time and you're about to get out, is planning on putting yourself around positive people. You don't want to go back to the same old neighborhood with the same old fucking people that's doing the same old shit that's got you wrapped up in a situation that you just went and done time for. So planning on being around positive people and having different friends is definitely a key thing. And when a person's about to be released, the going back rate's 85-90% for a person getting out of prison. You're going to go right back, and that's what this government, I think they look upon that, and they know that people is going to get out and they're going to go get fucked up, and the next thing you know, you're back in jail on a violation, or you done caught another case because you're running around the same people and you're doing the same shit. So definitely you want to plan on putting yourself around people that are positive. You don't want to waste no more of your life in prison if you don't have to do that. And hanging around the same old fools will definitely increase your chances on violating or doing something to catch another case to go back. So, establishing yourself, maintaining a routine, and plans that you make when you get released to keep you from ever going back to that hellhole are three main key factors. And once again, I would like to ask everybody, if they like this content, to please push the like button or the subscribe button. I'm going to start doing these things because when I talk about stuff like this that I've been through, when it comes with certain situations, it keeps me on my toes to my day-to-day life, where I'm not going to go back to prison for another 20 years, if that ever. So, I hope that this content can help somebody out there, when you're going into that situation, or if you're waiting to be sentenced or whatever, is, kind of sticking to them three things to start yourself out, to make your time go as smoothly as possible. And when you get out, you put yourself around situations that are positive and are not the same old silly shit that landed you in there in the first place. So with this, I would like to say, give a shout out to them Washington Nationals for winning the. I personally am a Cubs fan when it comes to baseball, but when it comes to football, I'm true blue Colts fan, baby. So, good luck to everybody out there. My prayers are with you, and I hope if a person's ever in that situation and you're looking to do some time, establishing yourself, maintaining a routine, and the plans that you make to surround yourself around people that are positive, to put yourself in situations where you're not going to do things or be around people that's going to put you in a situation to go back to prison. Everybody's only got one life. People make mistakes. You have to learn from them mistakes, and you got to keep pushing. Regardless what the situation is. You got to man up, and how you want your time to go is all on you. And I don't care what color you are, black, white, brown, purple, blue, whatever. This shit is real, and this goes to any color or race out there. This shit is real, And when you put yourself around positive people and you plan on making your life your life. Everybody's got their own lives. Everybody's dealing with certain situations and everything. But learning is the key fact that I think. There's people out. I've got a couple friends that every time they get out of prison, they go right back because they surround themselves around that same situation and they're out doing them same things that's got them there in the first place. And then I've got friends that's got out, they've, got established, got a family, and they're doing the positive things and they have not been back because they had, they had in their mind that they wasn't going to put themselves in a position to go back. So, like I said, once again, if anybody likes my content, please press the like button. I'd like to subscribe to my content. I'm more than happy for you guys to jump on my team, and we can have some of these discussions that hopefully can help people, or people can relate to what I'm talking about. And I'd like to say praise God, and thanks to everybody that's taken the time to hear me out. Thank you.